Now that you have explored the differences between the sales and the admin interfaces, let's review the common activities or the common tabs that will allow you to manage your daily operation. Remember, this is a CRM where you are able to enter every pieces of information related to your client. So in this instance, for example, we are talking about Allegroupe Demo Inc. It is the company, and we are able to enter all the information that are related here. You can also go forward and put in some main activities information where you are able to use the rich text editor in order to either change the format of characters, move it around, do it centered, or whatever it is. Furthermore, you are able to make sure that you integrate as well all your Excel spreadsheet, your Word document, or PDF file, whatever the documents are required to be saved within this environment. Another interesting activity that you are able to do every time you've got a free format document is that you are able to use predefined documents. Predefined documents are documents that you have created previous. These becomes the templates that you are able to utilize at any time that you need to. So all you need to do is select whatever document you want. This could be either in English or in French, depending on the actual documentation that you have created, and you are able to simply copy paste it directly into your document here and replace whatever piece of information you already have. So obviously, again, this system is created in such a way that it is very easy for you to keep track of every single pieces of information related to the company Allegroupe. So this is the main activities. This information will be shared with the carrier in the sales process. The claim history notes allows you to put some notes in regard with the claims and all the information related. You could also put in some notes related to your renewals. You also have admin notes, which are private notes that you can keep, as well as contact list of the most important people within the organization. Another important thing is the claim history and the rating history. So those two options, those two modules will allow you to create and enter all the information related to the premiums, benefit paid, expenses ratio, and whatnot. And obviously, if you keep those information into your system every year, all you'll need to do is add another line. And as you are able to see, this additional line will be easily created by simply entering 3 pieces of information, since the system will actually take care of entering or filling out all the other fields of information related to it. Now, obviously, once this is done, you are able to get a claim history report. You are able to select from what period to what period you'd like to have this report. So you could say, for example, I'd like to have this for 2008 to 2013. So this is pretty easy. All you need to do is simply click on the required information and you'll get the actual report for the extended healthcare. As you can see, this information or this report will now be contained and include all the graphic presentation of your claim history. Obviously, the logo on top here will be your logo, as C-surance will disappear as soon as it enters your operation. Another interesting tab is the rating history, where you simply have to enter again the rate of the last year that you've entered your information, and the system again will make sure to fill out the blank for the rest of the stuff. Now, life, of course, is going to be related to rate to unit, and while the extended healthcare will be a premium for both family and individual, as well as single parent or couple, based on the needs of your organization. Now, obviously, you will be able to move around those columns as need to, and in the admin mode, you will be able to import the information directly from your file. So the system will allow you to do an import of that information. The information contained in those 2 tabs will be shared with the company when you actually send your request for proposal to the carrier. The next tab is the division and class. Now, the division class will allow you to create as many divisions, as many classes as you need to. For each division, you will be able to put in information such as the number of payroll period. This will allow the system to actually compute and produce by pay period a contribution between the employer and the employee. For each division, you will be able to manage the address and the province of that division so that the system will take care of the tax rule associated to it. Now, in the contact information, we noticed before that we did have a list of the important people within the organization. Now, what you are also able to do here is to assign these people to administrative tasks, to the accounting and whatnot. So all you need to do from there is simply select who is the actual person in charge of these activities, and automatically the system will remind you of the proper person, and you will be able to see as well the phone number to easily contact that person. The next tab is the employer contribution. The employer contribution, of course, will allow you to tell the system what are the employer or the employee contribution based on the agreement between the employer and the employee. Now, you will be able to assign different value to your contract based on the actual agreement that you have with your client. So for instance, here we have a 50% default value of the premium, but it could have been for a single, it could have been for couple or family situation. So obviously you do have multiple choices. You could put in a maximum in dollar, maximum percentage of salary, as well as put in a maximum for life and ADD. The system will be optimized automatically, and again, the difference that could occur between the sales and the admin is that in the admin here you will have another tab of information that will allow you to manage special situation. So for example, what happens if the employee is on maternity leave, paternity leave? How long will the employer continue to pay 50% of the premium? The next step is the employee information. So the employee information will allow you to have all the proper information about your employee, and will allow you also to manage all that information as needed. So for instance, you will be able to add employees by simply clicking add and start filling out the information. You could also import information from an Excel spreadsheet. So obviously, if you have all the information associated to your employer into an Excel spreadsheet, you will easily be able to import that information. Now, again, you will be able to come here and easily make some changes into a status, into a salary, and as soon as you make that change, the system will allow a quick calculation of the new premium, what is by pay period paid by the employer, what is paid by the employee, what are the taxable benefit based on the actual province or the federal situation for life, as well as the deductible benefit or the expenses that can be deducted to the payroll of the employee. From this same screen, you will be able to generate different reports, such as the summary of the whole group, summary of one employee, or the summary of employee that were modified. This summary will provide you with an easy and very clean single page to provide your client with all the necessary information. This single individual pager will be generated in the language of choice of your employee. So if your employee is French, such as this one here, the system will generate a report in French. If the employee is English, or if I decide here to go ahead and change that employee for English and I simply request a new form, the system will automatically regenerate this form. So if we go ahead and make a change for the language for English, and we simply ask the summary again, the system will generate this same report, but this time in English, to respond to the request that we have just made. So as you were able to see, the new interface is very friendly user. It allows you to simply go in a linear way from the company down to the full documentation by simply clicking on each of the tabs and actually enter the pieces of information that you needed. Now, you already saw the information about the differences between the sales and the admin projects, but if you want to go into the next presentation, we'll go in more details, allowing you to better understand the power associated with the project list and see how you could utilize this in the best way possible.